You know Great League is back where carbing is around, so today we're gonna use an anti-carbing team with 3 Pokemon that can absolutely do a lot of solid work up against that Pokemon. On the Switch we're having Vigoroth, which is coming up pretty clutch here against the opposing side, but of course both Cresselia and Toxapex can also handle that garbing threat. So let's see right from the start of this video how well we can do up against this team with a carbing up on the lead. So then we're going the Switch to the opposing Vigoroth, but it doesn't matter, we still have that shield advantage, and of course now we can go in with Cresselia, start farming down some crucial energy. Even if carbing returns, now we have the grass nodes which can just connect for big super effective damage on this Pokemon. However, this carbing is super tanky that it needs 3 of those grass nodes in order to faint, and that can be kinda problematic. So it can also reach pretty fairly square and easily to those rock slides, so that can be a problem in the long term of the battle. Anyways, one more grass node coming up. This is gonna do a lot of damage to this Pokemon. And was this carbing a best buddy? Just saw that. Okay, that is weird. Anyways, Moonblast now for kind of a cheap damage on the Cresselia, and hopefully now if they do not have future sight we can have the upper hand. Seeing the Moonblast makes me think that perhaps they do not have future sight. This is gonna be a weird combination of grass node and Moonblast, and it is exactly that. So having here the upper hand with our Bulk and Toxapex will be the main threat for them. And here comes now my first move. I'm just gonna go immediately for that Sludge Wave, not gonna let them any room to have any win con at all, and even if they block we can still win with another one, but they let that go through, and that's gonna be a fantastic start to the video. We're having a positive lead for the next one, no garbing yet, and we're having the Charizard up in front, so this is obviously a very good one. On the Switch we're met up with a Whiskas, and all we have to do is to bring them to no HP with a simple Grass Knot. I know that Charizard at some point will return into the battle and start doing some weird farm downs, so I'm just gonna throw here the Grass Knot. To my surprise they survive it, wow, and now I can reach to the Moonblast. Because they're Shadow, perhaps they're kind of obliged in using their energy, because if they do not we might reach to the Moonblast, but guess what, we get farmed down, which is pretty sad for my team and my Cresselia, but it doesn't matter, still we have 2 more Pokemon waiting at the back. I'm gonna go in now with my Vigoroth up against this Stunfisk, and of course Stunfisk against my Toxapex can be kinda problematic. However, Vigoroth here can do a lot of solid work getting those shields out of play, and I will just keep going here with another bait. Are they gonna expect it, trainers? Let's see together. Yes they are. Wow, just wow. So at this point I'm just gonna go ahead and seal the next move. Toxapex can go in expecting them to switch out to the Charizard to farm it down, but this is not the case at all. They know better than me. I was just trying to outplay them, but in the end I outplayed myself, and at this point we just need to farm down all that energy. I'm pretty sure that a simple discharge here will not knock out, but still I have to block at some point. But here comes Charizard with a Blast Burn ready to go, big damage on the Toxapex. Hopefully though we can still survive because our bulk is immense, and now the Stunfisk will return, but we are already there at the Body Slam range and they are gonna go down into that move. So let's see what we have for the next battle, trainers, because from a Charizard we're gonna be facing something like a Talonflame, which is also a positive lift for us, but on the Switch we're met up with a Jellicent, and yeah, Cresselia here doesn't have a lot to offer. This team might struggle a little bit against ghost types, and this Jellicent is one of the few ghosts that exist in the meta, but they are not that much around because of those normal types taking over the meta of Great League Remix. Doesn't matter though, Vigoroth still can go in, and even though we are gonna be on a weird position, those Bulldozes are still gonna do a lot of solid work, and I can rely on the Toxapex to finish off for sure Talonflame and perhaps the third Pokemon, whatever remains at the back. So here comes now another Surf, and I'm pretty sure that we can switch out at this point, yeah, preserving that remaining HP for the end game. I have to respect the damage from a potential Shadow Ball. Here comes the move, and after we block here we can easily go for the Sludge Wave and the knockout. The reason I'm not going for the Brine is that it won't be enough. They can still survive and still bring me to a weird position that I might have to seal the next move, and at the back they have a Superior, so this is kinda weird. I'm just gonna go straight for that Sludge Wave, perhaps they're not gonna expect it, and if we can land this one, this can be a pretty nice nuke to end this battle, but they managed to block. At this point, I'm just gonna go in with my Vigoroth. They have the Talonflame coming in pretty clutch up against my Pokemon, but still I have to bring them to a weird position with my Body Slams. Toxapex now can go in as they're getting a little bit too greedy, not throwing the move. Brian is just gonna finish them off. This is a race now to the charge attack. They need two, we need one. Can we do it, trainers? Here comes the first Frenzy Plant. I'm gonna block it, but they are already there on the second. So much energy farmed from before, so Serperior here will be the superior Pokemon to finish me off towards the closing part of this battle. Into the next one now with the Shadow Victory Bell up on the lead. Not the best lead, but still not the worst. We can still do a lot of solid work with our Pokemon as they're trying to catch, I believe, a Sludge Wave on their Steelix. If they could do that, this could end in a pretty bad manner for my team. Anyways, Vigoroth now can go in, and I'm just gonna keep going here with those counters, and I believe that Steelix might have the upper hand with those Psychic Fangs for sure if they can land them once again. However, I can still pressure for that Body Slam, but as it seems, perhaps I could go for a Bulldoze. Doesn't matter, still gonna go in with my Toxapex and try to finish them off right on time with a Brine. I know that a simple Psychic Fangs can still do a lot of solid work if they are kinda smart here with that Steelix. So just gonna go for a cheap move against this Victory Bell. I'm just gonna switch out to my Cresselia. They have a Garbing, what a surprise, everyone is having this Pokemon right now, and I'm just gonna go ahead and pressure for even more Grass Notes. So this will put them at a point that they're kinda close to the red bar section, which means that we can just go for one more Grass Note and finish them off. So as it seems here, I'm getting a little bit too greedy. I could throw a little bit earlier, but I was expecting the shields no matter what. So here comes now my next Grass Note. They have to respect the damage, otherwise they're gonna go down to those Ice Oaks as it seems. Just gonna go for that Grass Note. Perhaps this is a mistake, but I just wanted to get that shield out of play no matter what, and we both go down at the same time, but because my Pokemon was still alive at the back, we managed to get that victory. Oh yeah, I remember this one. Escavalier is another tricky lead for this team, but totally manageable. You can still stay in with your Toxapex and do some solid work with those Brines, but look at what comes up next, because we're just gonna switch in their Vigoroth, and they have the Drift Beam. So you might be wondering, Ganeto, what are you gonna do here? Well, we cannot do much, because Vigoroth is not looking that strong. So the reason I'm making this video is to showcase to you a pretty strong team that I think has a lot of potential, but it did not work for me. To be honest, I saw quite a few of those Drift Beams, but I don't think that you're gonna see a lot of those Drift Beams because they're not that meta relevant. Most of the times Jellicent is gonna be the main ghost type Pokemon, and to be honest, you still have a lot of play with this team, even against a threat like Jellicent. We saw that before. So right here I'm just gonna get 2 more Body Slams, but they can easily survive, and we're gonna go down in the process. What I recommend to do so is to replace your Vigoroth with something like a double, because then you're gonna get extra coverage against those ghost types, and I think that Payback is just gonna dominate against that ghost typing for sure. So with that said, now we're just gonna stick to Vigoroth for now, and we're gonna go down to this ball. So as it seems, we have nothing else to throw. This Pokemon absolutely walls down my team, and we're just gonna back out. So they have a Dunsparce for the next lead. This is kinda tricky for sure, but we can totally play around it, trying to catch one move on our Cresselia, and now we're just gonna take whatever they throw, because they're not switching out yet. They want to stay in and play this battle. Okay, you know what, I'm just gonna take it. So Moonblast for a really nice amount of damage on the Dunsparce. That can come in pretty handy towards the end of this battle. And here comes now the Moonblast for about half HP that they already have. This is pretty nice, which means that we can go for one more, but instead they're just gonna bring us to no HP with a simple Payback, and that's why I like double for this team more than Vigoroth. Of course, I figured that pretty late for my battles, but still I recommend it to you right now. Double can work much better than Vigoroth for this line. So Donphan now goes in. You all know how crazily good Donphan is from that single type cap, but still it's kinda frail that we can still go for those Body Slams. They have definitely farmed up to a body slam here, but they cannot reach to the earthquake even though they resist my poison jabs, and at this point I know that I have to respect the damage from those drill runs. Just gonna block them. I know I will take one more into my face, but all I have to do is to just spam those poison jabs till the end of times. So here comes another drill run, and we can simply farm down their whole team without any big terror on our side. So here comes the move. It is gonna be the heavy slam, and yeah, okay, we're gonna take the victory. Even if they had the earthquake, they still could not reach it, so that was a safe win for my Toxapex team. Into the next one, and we're having kind of a weird team against this Cresselia, because if they have future sight, this can be kinda problematic, and this is one other incident that you might want to run double on your team for those psychic types, not only the ghost types, because payback is also gonna help you against Hypno, against Cresselia and stuff like that. So anyways, gonna get hit by another move here. I'm just gonna take it. I know they do not have future sight, obviously, so we have a lot of energy to spare here for that Brine. We're also super close to another Brine, and I'm expecting that Vigoroth to return. So I'm just gonna get to the Brine, just gonna do cheap damage on this Pokemon, and now I can go in with my Cresselia, dealing a lot of damage with a simple Moonblast. I'm pretty sure that they can still survive here, so perhaps right after we might be in a position that we need to switch out. So I'm just gonna take another move, and right after I will try to farm down and snipe them down with my own Vigoroth. At the back they have a Carbink once again. What a surprise, trainers, for the final battle of this video. Bulldoze for big damage, but they managed to shield. This is a bummer. A move is coming up, we have to respect it for sure, and we're gonna reach to those moves right at the same time, about at the same time, and right here I'm just gonna go for the bait. Are they gonna expect it? No, we absolutely managed to call here for the bait, and they sealed it. That is absolutely awesome, and now we can reach safely to the Bulldoze to finish off the Carbink. Down they go, almost, because this Pokemon is pretty amazing on its offensive side, and they can still reach to their move. Are you kidding me? Rock Slide will put us on the red, but hopefully we can outspeed to the next charge attack, and Vigoroth is getting out of the way, and Carbink is gonna follow the same road. This is gonna be the end of this video. Thank you for watching, trainers, and for staying till the end. Just be sure to leave a huge like before you go, and of course consider subscribing to my channel if you want to see more of my content. With that said, I have 2 videos for you to check out, so feel free to do so, and I will see you all into the next one.